And so I was like at this moment and I was like, oh my God, am I going to blow up my career? Right. Because I'm going to like, it was insane. It was preposterous from where I was standing at the time. Like, am I going to quit? Am I going to sue? Am I going to publicly shame on, like all these things. So I didn't do any of that. And I hired my coach, thanks to Halia, and we worked through it. And it took me 3 long months of hard emotional work. And I remember where I was running. I was down at the TTC yards at Coxwell and Eastern when I finally had my breakthrough. And I started to cry, as I did. And that was, my mantra was like, I'm good enough. Like, I know I'm good enough. Like that's what finally came through. Right. And I could go off to the other side. But it was, look, it's embarrassing. I mean, there's all kinds there's shame, but I tell you, and I say this and my wife tells me you're lying to herself, like there was a gift that moment, that I couldn't see a fuck at the time.
Of course.
But I learned on 2 big things. I learned how to tell my own story and never leave it into anyone else to make up the story. So I'm a great narrator of my story now. And look, it sort of told me like, I think I'm ready to move on. Like I'm ready to like Gord 3.0. I'm ready to plant. Like it took me another 2 years, but that's fine.
Oh yeah.
But like, cause like it just, I couldn't see it, but it was so like that. It hurt so much. It really just did.
Yes.
And so I'm here from that story.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I'm sure there's lots of people listening to this that connect to that in so many ways. Performance improvement plans are one of the bluntest, most ridiculous tools that we have. But more importantly, those moments in life that are teachers, but in the moment, they're like the visceral way you described, that was so somatic, and how it was in your body. The blacking out part, like, so often leaders don't realize what is happening to the person across from them.
I don't think the people on the other end
they wouldn't have
a clue.
No.
And it would have been, and I know this for a fact, crestfallen, heartfelt, to know that was the impact, right? Because I know that wasn't their intent, and I can say that with grace now. Like I know they wanted me absolutely to be a better leader, and I was better afterwards. But like it was so hard to see it at the time, right? And the challenge in life, I think, and for me at that being like how long was it going to take? Was it going to take a week, 3 months, 10 years? Was I gonna, or was it, and if it takes 10 years, it was over for me, right? And so like I'm so happy that it only took 3 months, right? And I use that again. I tell that story to my clients, that like I show vulnerability, but that was, you opened with what was a transformative moment. I just think that counts for me.
That's huge. That is huge. I'll share with you my similar moment from the last 15 years. So I was in the middle of my journey at the company that I founded, and we were scaling and growing really, really well. Things were just year over year, 15% growth, doing great, new clients. We couldn't people quick enough. And so I was hiring aggressively, and we were hiring into growth. Like the contracts were coming. I was just the sales machine, and we were delivering, and everybody was really, really on track. And we hit a point where we were leading up to a provincial election, and many of our clients were provincially funded, and they all just took a beat at once. Anything that was currently like out for they all just went, you know what? And they all just froze, because it was looking like the current government was going to lose, which in fact, of course, happened. So 6 months out from the writ being dropped, all the bureaucrats just said, can it? Hold on to the dough. And so our business development pipeline just dried up.
Maybe all these, you have the big head count.
And I've got a head count. And I could feel, my metaphor for it was like I could feel the nose pointing down, and I was just desperately doing everything I could to